Hey guys, welcome back to Channel Football Analytics. Today I'm going to be giving out tips for the Serie A Premier League, and few of the tips are going to be on a website, basically my live tips, the ones that are on post on the video, so you can find them there. Obviously, I'll put the link down below. And also another thing that's pretty cool, we opened up with our friends. We're also doing our own predictions, and actually, we already dropped it last week. The reason I didn't tell you guys is because I didn't drop any video during the international break. So I came in 28th out of like 400, 500 people, and we're thinking about dropping a private group only for the Elviso users. So if we get about 20 to 50 people, comment down below one if you want to have early access for that, where we discuss picks and do our own predictions. So yeah, guys, as I said, comment down below one so I know who you are, and then I can just send you the link direct with the code. Now, so let's get into the picks. Let's start with my favorite league, which is the Serie A. I actually have a curse on this channel. Every single time I do the first pick, it doesn't go through. So let's try again. So Lecce against Sassuolo. Basically, Sassuolo are performing really well the last two games. Look at that, 2 victories. By the way, guys, awesome pick last time, guys. We had Lecce to score against Parma. The odds were great. I told you 2 teams that are equal. For Lecce win, it was around 450. Drop down, it was around 5, the odds. So they won, and I feel like also Lecce is one of those teams that's slowly gonna climb up in the table. They had a huge streak of losing the game. Let's check what the bookies are giving us. Currently, Sassuolo are the slight favorites here. But hopefully, this is the Serie A. Sometimes we get a lot of low-scoring games, but I'm hoping there's goals in this game, because on this channel, guys, we only take goals. Over 0.5, teams to score, over 1, BTTS. I don't bet outcomes of games. I don't want to wait 90 minutes. Let the team score, and the bet is done and dusted. So, my first tip is going to be BTTS for Lecce against Sassuolo. Moving on, we got Pisa against Verona, 2 of the teams that are going to be fighting for the relegation. This is a tricky one, guys. I don't like betting on teams that are absolutely terrible, but I do like betting on equal teams. And in this case, what I'm liking, guys, is that Pisa still hasn't scored at home. There's a few teams remaining in the Serie A that haven't scored, which is Pisa, Torino, which I think they're playing against Napoli. I think that's an option as well to go with Torino goal, but we'll get to that. That will be the next game we talk about. So, and Genoa. Let's go with Pisa. I will play it a bit safe, because the odds on Pisa just to score are a bit low. They're currently at 145. If you're doing accumulator, maybe you can throw that game in, but I'm looking for odds closer to 2. And currently, Pisa over 1 goal is odds 195. And honestly, if Verona scored, that will be better for us. We need goals in this game. I'm banking on that they still haven't scored at home in the Serie A. Now, next game in the Serie A is Torino at home against Napoli. This is interesting, guys. Look at this, Napoli. Last 2 games, we had them against Milan over 1. We got a refund, but they dominated that game. If you look at the stats, I already called it last video. Like, I'm giving you good picks. Look at that, guys. Milan won that game, which is huge for the league because it reopens everything. Inter are back in the race. And I think in this game, guys, we got to go with Napoli. I don't think they're going to be going 3 games in a row without winning away. There's another tactic that we can use. It's also to go with live. I know some of you guys bet games specifically live. So what I do is I put a list of the favorites, basically heavy favorites. Even though by odds, Napoli is not a heavy favorite. I'm talking about teams that are with odds 125, 130. But here, if Napoli doesn't score past the 65th minute, the odds are going to rise closer to 2. And that's where I'm going to put my bet. So Napoli will score past the 65th minute if the game is still 0-0, or especially if they're losing. So that's going to be my third tip for you guys that bet live. Now, Roma-Inter, huge Inter fan. And I think, guys, this is not going to be our game. Look at the streak. I just want to show you. Inter 1024, Inter 1, 4 victories in a row in Rome, guys. Also, Roma haven't scored in 3 of those games. I'm seeing Roma scoring here a goal. I feel like Inter is also going to be a bit tired past the international break. And Inter is not going to have Lautaro because Argentina just played a couple of hours ago. Thuram is injured. I think we're going to suffer this game, guys. I feel like Roma over 1 value right now is currently at 195. These are great odds. All we need is 1 goal. By the way, for over 1, it's a specific bet. They score 1 goal, you get a refund. Get a website that has it. I'll link it down below. If they score 2 goals, you win the bet. You will only lose the bet if they don't score at all. Now, let's move on to the Sunday's game, Como against Juve. Now, it is at 12:30, so you know how it is in Serie A at 12:30. Also in England, the earlier games provide sensations. But guys, in this case, Juve hasn't won overall in a long time. Look at that. 5 consecutive games without victory. Also, Como hasn't lost in 5 consecutive games. So see for yourself, but I'm going to be going with Juve here. The odds are not as high as I usually give you guys. We're trying to get odds always closer to 2, but currently Juve at 170 for over 1 goal. If you want to take this game live, if Juve doesn't score, might also be an option. I just think, guys, it's time for Juve to win this game, but we are running the risk of a 0-0, just like any game. 2 risks. It can finish 0-0, and if Juve gets a red card, then we might be screwed. So moving on to the games at 3 o'clock, we got Cagliari against Bologna and Genoa against Parma. So first of all, Cagliari, Bologna, I watched them against Inter. Yeah, they did absolutely nothing at home. But before that, they were riding a good streak. They also played well against Udinese. So the only letdown was against Inter. Otherwise, well, Inter is too strong at times. So Bologna, guys, this is interesting because they have been performing well, but not away. Look at that. They haven't won in 5 consecutive games. So I'm banking. I was thinking first to go with a simple Cagliari goal. I feel like those are equal teams currently at the table. Obviously, Bologna already climbing up at the table. Guys, I think we're going to get a BTTS here. I don't know. I feel like Cagliari is going to score at home. So you have 2 options here. I don't like going for both teams to score. But in this case, the odds are a bit low. 151 currently on Cagliari goal. And Bologna, they have to perform away from home. And the odds are close to 2. It's at 193 currently. So let's go for BTTS option for Cagliari Bologna. Now, at 3 o'clock, what we got? Yeah, Genoa against Parma. Oh boy. Parma still haven't scored away from home, guys, so far in the Serie A this season. Also, Genoa, not good in Serie A, guys. Besides the victory in Coppa Italia, look at that. 2 losses. And they haven't still scored at home in the Serie A this year, which is crazy. They are the teams under Vieira, which is their coach. They tend to be defensive. They play a lot of low-scoring games. But I'm banking it on a Genoa goal here. I feel like Parma bet is not too bad. It's more riskier, obviously. It will be good if Parma scores because Genoa will have to score in this game. So Genoa will score. Odds are too low for over 0.5, by the way. So we're going to go for over 1. It's currently at 165. So I don't think that's a bad bet at all. Let's finish up Serie A. Late night game, Milan against Fiorentina. Now, I'm a Milan hater, but they've been performing really well. And honestly, Juve got lucky because Pulisic missed a penalty. Let's see what Milan and Fiorentina, because usually when those 2 teams meet, look at that, always BTTS, except 2023, always BTTS. I feel like Fiorentina is too good to be in the, what are they right now? In the 17th place in Serie A. Guys, I'm banking on both teams to score here. Fiorentina haven't scored in 2 consecutive games away. We had them against Roma. We had them over 1, guys. I don't know what to tell you. So they scored in the 14th minute and then they score again. So I believe they're going to score against Milan. So we're going with BTTS here. Odds are at 192. So we got a lot of high value odds in the Serie A. I honestly, because you guys been asking me, please bring back the BTTS option over 0.5 goals. So I am conflicted a bit because I'm always trying to bring you, there's a lot of games, for example, that I like this weekend, but the odds are like 130, 120 and stuff. But those are bankers, you know. You can go to other channels to see that. But like, I'm trying to get odds closer to 2. So that will be it for the Serie A. Now, I have a few games from the Premier League. Let's go with Sunderland Wolves first. Sunderland amazing at home so far this season. The only time they lost was in the League Cup game, but besides that, 2 victories, 1 draw. And Wolves, we had them against Tottenham. Odds 275 over 1 was a refund. I feel like Wolves are gonna start climbing back, guys. They're still, what are they, in the relegation zone still? Yeah, they're dead last. So 0 victories so far. Could this be the first one? Let's see. I want to go with Wolves here. Odds for, we have 2 choices. To score, which is not a bad bet. 152 currently. And over 1 Wolves. Riskier one, obviously. They'll need 2 goals for that bet to go through. At 210. So I'm giving you the double option. I'm going to be going with over 1 Wolves. I feel like they need to get a victory. And I feel like those 2 teams are equal in a way. Obviously, Sunderland is a much better team at home, but Wolves can get a goal easily. So that will be my first tip, is to go with Wolves. Then Brighton against Newcastle. Crazy streak. This is the one, guys. Look at that. 4 consecutive games where Newcastle hasn't conceded. I feel like we're going to get BTTS here. thinking Newcastle is going to score as well, because Brighton tends to play a lot of BTTS games, so we might get it as well this one. But my tip for you will be to go with Brighton over 1. I just think Newcastle's not going to go 5 games without conceding away, so Brighton scores a lot of goals at home. Odds are at 152. Guys, honestly, other bets are going to be on the channel. This is mainly a Serie A video with a bit of Premier League games. La Liga games are going to be on the website. So Liverpool, Man United. Guys, this is for the ones that bet live. Look at this. 3 losses in a row for Liverpool. They're going to win this game. Even if they don't win this game, that's why we take goals. Take this past the 65th minute if they don't score. I think they will score earlier against Man United team. Man United is also 3 losses in a row away. But yeah, so far we'll have Napoli live and Liverpool live. Because you never know. When it's the derby, sometimes Man United shows up. So let's hope we come back strong this weekend, guys. Also, write down below your tips if you think there's high value odds. I see some of you guys are doing it. And sometimes I take your picks. And by the way, don't take all of them in one accumulator. Just if you like any of the tips, like, yeah, this guy gave a good streak, I'll take it. Go for it. Feel free. So yeah, bet responsibly. And I'll see you in the next one. Adios.